Catch22 education provides meaningful quality of education for children and young people who have, in the main, been permanently excluded from mainstream school, or in some cases can't access a mainstream education. And we're set up to provide, certainly in primary, proper reintegration into mainstream school. In secondary, we provide meaningful education, qualifications, and post-16 destinations. And we do that through a more understanding, small classroom environments and a therapeutic approach to their education. We are working with a very particular cohort who haven't managed to succeed in mainstream school because they are higher need. So we are looking to meet the needs of young people who, for whatever reason, be it SEN, be it their circumstances, be it safeguarding, need a higher level of care, intervention and support. Catch22 independent schools support pupils who have not been able to stay in mainstream or can't access mainstream. So they might have social, emotional, mental health issues. They may have behaviour issues which are born out of unmet SEN, unmet needs somewhere else. Very often they've been through childhood trauma. So that manifests in behaviour. So we start by working on their self-belief, their self-esteem, because they've usually been through a process which has culminated in a form of rejection, exclusion. So we've got to rebuild that and then give them some motivation and some aspiration. Almost all of our secondary pupils leave school with a maths and English qualification of some kind, usually many more than that. And over 90% of them will find themselves in the positive post-16 destination at secondary. So they'll make it into college or apprenticeships. So our end product is extremely good. Yeah, so our structure is we'll have small classes, certainly in secondary, where there'll be a maximum of 8. So there'll be a teacher and a teaching assistant who are very skilled and trained to work with the young people we work with. We also have a pastoral team in the school, so with the children to do with anything outside the classroom. So when they come to school in the morning, if they've got some issues or they're not mentally ready to go into the lesson, they might spend some time with what we call an advocate or a pastoral lead. And equally, we have an integrative therapist who's a qualified counsellor. So she will work with our students on a regular basis as well to enable them to be able to access and participate fully. So at Catch22 schools, it's absolutely imperative that we build a strong relationship with the parents and carers, because very often by the time the young person gets to us, that's broken too. And the parent has been through trauma with education. So we have to rebuild those relationships and start working with the parents and carers. And once we get that right, the pupil is much more able to succeed because they see that as well. They see that communal approach between their home and their school. So we provide support, we provide open days, parents' evenings, all those sorts of things that we ask the parents to re-engage with, which they've probably always stopped going to at mainstream school. And they also have access to our advocate team and our integrative therapist. So our therapist will go into the homes and work with their parents and carers if that's what they need to.